Welcome to Long Arm Wednesday. I'm Laurelyn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop, and we're very happy to see you here today. Wearing my hat today because I got some really weird toque hair, and it looks really weird, so you don't need to see that. I'm like tuning in another planet. So anyways, I have a tablecloth, a very fancy sort of tablecloth. I actually have a base of a white fabric underneath this. You can kind of see it right here through the little holes on this one right here. Just to give it a little bit more oomph to it, right? And also white batting. So it's white fabric, white batting, and then I have a nice, I don't know, seafoam green sort of background to this. It was some of the fabric that Pop and I picked up in an auction, so you know, might as well make use of it. Anyways, this is a very beautiful tablecloth. It's got some stains on it, whether it be coffee or gravy or who knows. To me, it's a story. You know, I tried to get some of them out. Some of them didn't want to come out. They're there for a reason. So I'm just going to quilt around it and have some fun and just let pretty much the tablecloth speak to me. It's got this lovely little leaves and hearts. I've already put in a couple of patterns already via Walt. He did the work and I watched like a, you know, good supervisor. And it's got some beautiful roses here, and it's got some other little flowers here and some swirls and some, yeah. So I'm just pretty much going to echo that throughout the whole tablecloth. Fill it up a little bit, okay? So up here is a nice pretty, I think it's called Primrose. It's stitched out as a block form right here and over here on this section here. And then I did a rose feather block right over here and over here. So that allows me a bit of space around this initial middle design to kind of play with whatever I want, fill in those stitches and just kind of make it as a whole one unit. And then because of the solid fabric for the back, it's going to look like a whole cloth in the end. So, all right, so I'm just going to kind of start over here. But actually what I wanted to do first was to kind of trace out a little bit closer to this design to give myself that little border. You know, when you want to stay within the border and a border, you know, when you're trying to color or draw or something like that, you don't want to go outside the line. I'm trying to give this, I don't want to go into the stitch into this. I want to leave it as a whole. I have something else planned for the center here. It's got beautiful, you know, hearts in each little corner, and I've already stitched it down on the half and the half to make sure I had it center on the piece of fabric, and so I had it center on the quilt, and I can make sure that the pattern that I stitched down is going to be center as well. All right, so this has like a little seam in here, which is weird because the seam only goes to here. It goes from the end only to here, and then it's a solid fabric. I don't know, it's kind of weird how it came together. All right, got I think 12 stitches per inch. Oh no, I didn't set the mode. Hold on, set the mode, hand guided, there we go. All right, so linen thread, because this, you know, a nice linen color, I wanted to let it blend, so I don't want it to stand out too much, but I could have chose a beautiful brown, or this beautiful green, or a gray, or this muted gray, or this, you know, creamy color. Any one of those threads would help accent this, this table runner, right, or tablecloth. And I'm just not too close, but just giving it that outline and hoping I can echo in a very similar fashion on the other side when I get there. This is great practice for hand-eye coordination, especially if you're just starting off and you have a hard time trying to follow things. One of these is a good idea. Go check your secondhand stores and you'd be surprised what you could find there. And some of these other pieces are not attached to the others, so you kind of have to decide what you're going to include and what you're going to exclude as you're coming around, right? Whether you want to make it just as a whole. Do you want to come down into these valleys here? Like, look at all that empty white space in there that we could, you know, fill up somehow. It's how close do you want to come to the existing pattern? Okay, don't forget to move. Try to pick a spot where, you know, we're coming into a point or something like that. Don't do it on a curve. You'll be able to see that for sure. It's very pretty. I wonder if anybody else has one of these. Like I said, I don't know exactly where we got it per se, but I'm certainly trying to make some nice use out of it instead of it just folded up in our little cupboard. Okay, I just want to make sure they're not the same. Like, these patterns are not exactly the same as they go around. Actually, maybe they're a little bit turned, but so just make sure whatever you're doing on the one side, try and do on the other side. Be consistent. This linen thread just looks perfect. You know, you could have chosen a really dark color to go underneath this, and that would have really, that would have been really kind of impressive, I would think, the way it would turn out. Make a great little lap quilt, a little wall hanging, something to put over the dresser, or, even just to use back as a tablecloth, right? Okay, now let's come to the other section. I'm going to stop at that stitch line again where the seam is, where the two halves meet. Okay. Just lock those stitches in there. Okay. All right, now tidy those up. Now that I've just pretty much outlined my little image here all the way around. Now I have all this space. I have between this one, and I can certainly echo out this one if I wanted to, but I think I'm just, I should have went all the way. Oh, I didn't go all the way there. Gotta use that one pattern too. Gotta highlight that one. Just make sure you're not running into your other patterns. Okay, and I did a nice, just a stitch all the way around. This has got a nice little curved and a pointed, it's almost like our rounded edges, scalped edges, and then a point, and then scalped edges in the center, and the scalped edges near the corner. So it's really busy. It's already busy already with the edge. So that's another reason why I put it on a background, because I wanted it to be able to be a little bit bigger, and then I can still place it on something and then square it all up so it hang and bind properly. That off to there. Like I said, I just want to kind of copy what they have going on in their little pattern itself, right? It's got little curls and hooks and then leaves, and it's got like a little curl. More back on itself and not such a, a spread out sort of curl, right? Define the leaf, put another leaf. There's those little flowers. You can mimic those flowers by putting the little, little petals on. And then just fill in the space. Be creative. You're using what's already on here to inspire you to do something different and fun, right? So make a flower. A little center in it. A little curl. A little leaf. Another curl. You can take plays off, stems and come back and do a curl, and then come back and do a leaf. can backtrack to where you know you need to take off again. And you just fill up the space from one spot to the next. You know, there's just a little bit of room on either side of the stitch outs that I had Walt do to be able to play with the fabric, right? Play with the stitches, have fun. So just let it speak to you, right? That's the whole fun stuff of it, right? You'll find inspiration. Just gotta open your eyes. It'll be there. And there's so many like leaves and swirls and curls throughout this whole, these blocks that it just fits right in. I'm just working my way up in between the two panels that I had Walt quilt. Those two little blocks that Walt quilted up for me because he's such a good machine. All right, I don't want to reach too much, but yeah, you get what I'm doing. And if you find, oh, one space, oh, that looks a little empty, come back as you're doing your little backtrack, do a little curl, even just do a little tiny hook, a little baby leaf, you know, anything that you think might help fill in that space a little bit more to get to the other space that you can start filling up. So don't forget to move. And that's how much I'm just going to fill in this whole little tablecloth. Have some fun with it. Do a nice little flower. You kind of have a game plan. If you know you got to work your way from right to left or left to right, kind of give yourself, okay, I know I got to come up here, come up in between there, make sure I'm kind of coming up close to those blocks or that pattern or whatever, and then I got to come up in that space here, work my way back down, make it like a flow like water. You know, you're in control, do that smooth motion, the curls, the whatever. All right, so I'm going to putter away at this and keep me out of trouble for a little while. Have a fantastic Wednesday, and we'll see you on the weekend project, okay? Take care, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.